everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Trek. I'm Jackson.
I'm Natalie.
And today we have working audio and we're gonna do a little bit more batched content, but not 7 videos worth because that got a little excessive. Anyways, for our first video today, there is something new on the market from Knob Creek / Jim Beam. I don't know why I said slash. It is Jim Beam. I didn't know that they were doing this until I saw it at my store. It is Hardins Creek, which you might know from their first iteration where they showed off their different rick houses, Claremont, Boston, and I'm gonna look like an idiot, but here's the third one. There's another one, I can't remember what it's called. And that came out and they were like 15 or 17 years old and stuff like that. And it was a cool thing. And apparently this is a slightly different take on the same idea. What this is, they did 3 Hardins Creek, all with the same label, just different artwork to represent different warehouses. This one, the mushroom, is from Warehouse R. They're all 110 proof and they're all 11 years old. Warehouse R is a cool, damp climate of a single floor rick house. So yeah, no windows or anything like that apparently. Seems like an interesting thing. The whole point of this Hardins Creek thing is supposed to be to see how different whiskey tastes based on the warehouse it aged in, with everything else being the same. Except for I'm not super rich, so I can't just spend $150 on 3 bottles of whiskey all at once and then compare all of them just to see how little nuanced they are. What I can tell you is if this one's good or not, then maybe it's worth checking out the other ones or this one if you can find it.
Awesome, let's get into it.
Cool, okay. First off, cork's okay. Kind of expected something a little nicer.
I feel.
It's more of just that it looks like brown plastic and it's not, there's no like design, it just says Hardins Creek. But the bottle shape and the artwork itself is fantastic. I was super impressed with that. I think it looks really nice.
I will say, if you go into clip art or any form of just like plain graphics and you type in whiskey bottle, that is literally what comes up. Like that silhouette, that shape.
No, it's a really sharp looking bottle with the little mushroom on it. So cute. Alrighty, Hardins Creek, 11 year from Warehouse R. On the nose, it honestly smells a lot like Knob Creek 12 in that it's not very nutty. There's not this weird waxy note. You don't get these typical like Jim Beam notes, but it is like nice. Like it's on the darker side. It's sweet and oddly like fruity, which from Jim Beam is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's mild. I'm like really trying to find the fruit, but
I think it's
floral rose. Not as much as that one Angel's Envy that we don't speak of anymore, but
I see where you're coming from, but that is more on like that like cherry side. Man, I hate that you said that because it is a little floral now, and I didn't get that until you said that. Why you gotta ruin things for me?
Because I don't hate that note, but I'm not necessarily gonna buy a product because that's what's on the bottle. I feel. Does that make sense?
I think it smells really nice. And honestly, I was a little worried when I picked it up for the $150 retail because Jim Beam products can be really hit or miss for me. But this smells great. You ready to have a sip?
Yes.
Okay.
I would want it to be a little bit better mouthfeel. It's not terrible. It's not like drinking water, but that's just my initial note.
My first thought was we never know when to cheers, and that time we just didn't do it at all. So sometimes it's before we nose it, sometimes it's before we drink it, and sometimes it's just never. No, I agree with you. The mouthfeel, it's not super viscous. Thankfully, it's not watery to the point where there's no finish. I'm still tasting it, which is fantastic. So for me, first impressions on the palate, right up front, it's cool and dark. I mean, it's maybe the label's playing with my mind, but damp seems like a really good word for some reason. For the start, it's hard to make sense of that. I'm rambling.
No, I like what you said about the cooling because it's like when you put mint in a cocktail. It's kind of like that same thing that like mint kind of cools everything down a little bit.
Yeah, no, and then it transitions from that into more of like this oaky profile. And I think that's kind of pulling that spice along with it.
And then it like you still taste it now, and it's hot. It's just a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's not warm.
It's not a Kentucky hug, but I can definitely still feel it.
I really like this at 110 proof. It's perfect. It doesn't drink super hot. And actually, I think it drinks probably about like 105, a little lower than 110. I think the fruit is still kind of there. This honestly is an elevated Knob Creek 12 for me.
Wow.
The problem is that Knob Creek 12 is $70.
Oh yeah, that.
This is better than Knob Creek 12.
Oh yes.
But I don't think it's that 150 price range. I'm gonna have another sip.
Okay. You want to choose this one?
Why not, you know? That time, right up front, as soon as it hits the palate, kind of not a lot. And then it's a real slow show until it ramps up on the finish.
Yeah.
Like, I think you expect maybe something around this proof to have a bit more of a punch umph right up front.
No, please wait.
And this kind of takes a while to get to where it's going. I still think it's an interesting experience. If you like Jim Beam products and you're not, or maybe let's say you're interested in Jim Beam products, but you don't like their more nutty stuff like Booker's, I think this is a really great alternative from that distillery. I think it's very interesting. I think it should have been 90 or 80 because it's not that old. It's just not special enough for 150.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say at that price, it's a C+.
You know what? Yeah. It seems harsh, but the price.
Yeah.
I'd agree with you.
If you put this at 90, I think I feel flat B.
Mm-hmm.
If you put this at like 75 or 80, I think that's a A-. I think that's fair. But whiskey these days, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna I?
All right, guys. Well, make sure that you comment and subscribe. Like the video too. Share it with your friends if you want. Well, you'll see us back here wearing the exact same clothes for our next video. We've got a few more to do after this. Cheers and have a great one. See you next time on Whiskey Trek.
See you next time.